is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. The week I'm going to be covering is the week of the 7th through the 14th. So first of all, I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day. I am so fortunate to know all of you, and for you regulars that keep stopping by, you have my heart. You are why I do this. So I just want to wish you a very special Valentine's Day. Also this week, we have a very big political event in America. There is going to be an impeachment trial for the insurrection at the Capitol. So we have an active week, but I want to talk about the sky because the sky is equally active, and I find some of the energy to be very encouraging for all of you that feel like there might be a huge consequence to this week, and there will be a ripple that is brought forth from this consequential week. So let's start talking about the days that I find significant. On February 9th, we are going to have a beautiful exact sextile between Saturn in Aquarius and Chiron in Aries. Then on February 11th, we are going to be having a new moon in Aquarius. So let's talk a little bit about this beautiful sextile because I love seeing positive energy. I really try to route myself toward a high frequency as best as we can, given the sky's energy. Now all week, Neptune in Pisces is going to be in a sextile with Pluto in Capricorn and Mars in Taurus. So right there, we just have some really great energy to latch onto. So for all of you guys that are out there trying to rebuild your life after a very intense year, there's some tremendous energy out there in finding resources to help you do so. Now, you have to be clear about what you want, and you have to be idyllic in a sense. Not unrealistic, but idyllic. So based on your circumstances, what kind of plan can you make to start to rebuild what has been broke down over the last few years? And if you sit down and you start to make plans, you put them on paper and you start to envision your future, some of you guys are going to find some really amazing, hopeful energy generated from that. And that positive energy starts to attract the things that you seek. Now, you have to be very focused in your mind on creating a new outcome. You have to be progressive with your mindsets. You have to get away from doing things the same way that you've always done them. You have to think outside of the box, and you have to look at this from all different angles and actually consider different directions with your life. I know that we have comfort zones that we are in and we like to stay in our lanes, but this is not the energy that encourages you to stay in your lane. It actually encourages you to go and seek a new path, go in a new direction, and try something different. Now you have to have really interesting and engaging conversations with others as well, because there's a beautiful energy out there that I really want you guys to tune into, and that is, on February 9th, this beautiful sextile between Saturn in Aquarius and Chiron in Aries. For those of you guys that want to work on yourself, you want to improve some of the things about yourself, you want to take those weaknesses that you have figured out about yourself and realized about yourself, and you want to turn them into strengths, this is the energy that you can really tune into and meditate on and focus on to find some ways to get those things under control because of Saturn being in Aquarius. Now, Saturn in Aquarius, you have to think about how you want to improve, how you want to create some organization in that area, how you want to prioritize it. Saturn is an energy that is all about putting in the hard work and disciplining yourself and getting things under control. So if you were to meditate on, and I'm sorry, my dog is snoring in the background. So if you hear him, he's happy. That makes me happy. So sorry about that. So you guys are going to have to think about things that you can control. Now, it is going to be really easy this week to be distracted by all of the things you can't control. But I don't want you to go there. I don't want your headspace to go there. Let the legal system, let our government, let the people who are in charge make those decisions. They're outside of our control. What we need to focus on is what can we do? What can we control? Then we can venture out and unite with others and start to create the powerful changes that we want to see in the world. But it all starts with you. How healthy you are, how strong you are, how you identify with the right things, and how responsible you are and accountable you are for where you are at. Because I feel deeply that many of us can really, if we're honest with ourselves, say that we are somewhat responsible for some of the things that are happening in our life. Not all of them. Many of them are out of control, but there are some things that we have the power to control in our lives. Now, you're going to have to listen to new ideas, and you're going to have to approach things in a completely different way. And you may be even conservative in some of these areas, and it may even push your boundaries a little bit further than you're comfortable with, but you want to get uncomfortable. You know, this whole year was about making us so physically and emotionally and mentally uncomfortable that we had no choice but to make the change that 2021 was going to ask us to make. I am so encouraged by so many things in this week. Saturn in Aquarius is going to sextile Venus in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius, and Chiron in Aries. So many relationships are going to take a new turn. You guys are going to look at your partner in a different way. You might consider a partner that you wouldn't necessarily consider before. You might, you might look at them differently. Some of your friends may easily turn into a partner that you're going to be with for the rest of your life in this type of energy. Also, your friends are going to be super important. All of your connections that you are making right now are really important to your future. And all of the things that you want to attract have a lot to do with the connections that you're making right now. Also, Jupiter expands everything it touches right now. So for any of you guys that want to get innovative, that want to create something, that want to invent something, that want to take your life into your own hands and make a profit, make a business off of something that is very unique and tailored just to you, you may find that this year may be the year you start to proceed and it turns into something that could be absolutely transformative in your life. So I do want to talk about another energy that we're going to be experiencing all week long, and that is Mars in Taurus is going to be in a square with the Sun in Aquarius, square with Mercury in Aquarius, square with Venus in Aquarius, and square with Jupiter in Aquarius. So for one thing, I feel like this is physically exhaustive with this square that we are having with Mars in Taurus. it's just, we don't have the energy or the momentum right now to progress in certain areas that we find challenging. And if it's a challenging energy because I feel like we're fired up mentally, but physically, I think it's a little bit harder to get our bodies going, and that momentum, that feeling in our bodies, our energies, and that momentous type of energy. The other thing that I saw so clearly, and it's been speaking to me all morning long, is there's a distortion in this energy. It's almost like turning on the TV and seeing just the black and white dots. Just, it's fuzzy. There's no picture, you know? And so some of you may be very confused about how to move forward. You may feel stuck because you have always done things a certain way, and the way that you have always done things is dramatically changed, and you don't have resources in that area anymore. So you almost don't know how to move forward. So there is an inability to move based on just confusion. And I feel like part of it is external energies. You know, if we're promised that we're going to get, like, let's say $2,000 stimulus, and then we hear that the negotiations aren't going well, then we don't know if we have that resource of $2,000, let's say. And so the confusion may be for some of you because you're waiting for a resource, but that resource, there's something that is not smooth about it. It's unstable, and it's making you feel like you can't progress forward because you are putting so much faith in a resource, right, that you don't know how to make a move. That is why I'm saying it is time to take control. So if you find that you are relying on a resource that seems to be unstable, or that you can't quite possess, that's what I feel like. You can't get it. It's just outside of your reach. Then don't go there with your bad self, okay? Like, just find another resource, find another way. So that is what Aquarian energy is trying to get us to do. Is not be so focused on one lane, one road, one path. We need to divert and stretch those boundaries and go in different directions, which I know can be very physically uncomfortable, mentally uncomfortable, emotionally uncomfortable for many people. So this energy I also feel with Mars and Taurus and this difficult square is it's fear-based, right? Because anytime you have Taurus energy in a square, it's falling into its polarity. Polarity is Scorpio energy. And I think it's a difficult spot for many people to be in, because if you're rigid and you're stuck and you want things to go in a specific direction, you're going to hit an obstacle and a hard stop, because you have to understand Aquarius energy is anything but the same direction. So it's going to challenge and push and shove people that absolutely do not want to be responsible, accountable, progressive, or embracing a new path and a new direction. They're just going to hit hard stop after obstacle, after resistance, you know, and they're going to lose their freedom of choices because they're going to get restricted by their confined thinking. And it's sad because they're putting themselves in that box, but they don't realize it because it's deceptive, because it looks like it's an external source that is putting them in the box, when really, honestly, it's because they have confined thinking. The next energy I want to talk to you guys about is going to be the new moon that is in Aquarius. Now, this moon is interesting because it is conjunct Mercury, which is in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. So Mercury in Aquarius in retrograde is a difficult energy, because It's conjunct this new moon in this square with Mars and Taurus. So this leads me to believe that with this new moon, there's going to be a challenge for you to embrace something different, something new. Now, it may be in an area that you want to possess. You think that you deserve it. You think that you deserve some sort of validation, recognition. I see that some people even feel entitled in this area to possess this, own this, have this, whatever that is. And the reason I say that is because we have a Mercury retrograde. And so a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of misinformation comes out in energy like this. And you have to understand, when Aquarius is in a square, it falls into its polarity, which is Leo energy. So you're coming up against people that have their own agendas. They are self-centered. They are self-focused. They only think about what their world is revolving around, and they don't think about you. You know, these could be people that have these tremendous egos, and they're not going to listen to you or to your suggestions or your advice or you trying to direct them on the right path. I mean, you're going to come up against some really intense, self-focused people. And that's okay. I mean, you just have to be open to the fact that you're going to be disappointed maybe in some people's reactions. That'll keep you in the high vibe of this energy. Now, we do have Uranus and Taurus in a square with Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. Uranus energy adds a little chaos. Uranus can make things go in strange and different and sudden shifts in energy, and it may be frustrating. And I'm going to tell you why, because when Uranus gets in Taurus, Taurus energy doesn't like to be shifted suddenly in different directions and sudden changes coming up, and, you know, things that make them feel unstable or things that resist what they want. Like, that's just everything a Taurus isn't, right? It's very, very hard for them to let go of a way that they're thinking or something they want or something they think that they are entitled to. It's almost impossible. It's just, there's a stubborn energy that is associated with this week that is frustrating, because just being stubborn, just being rigid, holding your ground no matter what, even if you're wrong, is frustrating to people. Because if you're trying to make progression, if you're trying to do things differently, we are living in an unprecedented time. We have extreme circumstances that hasn't happened to us in 100 years. I mean, we have to be open to go in different directions and go different ways and look at things differently. But there are people that refuse to open themselves up to a new moon in Aquarius, because it's an entirely different direction, and it's uncomfortable to go in that direction. It's too weird. It's unique. It's strange, and it doesn't even seem plausible, and I don't know. It's too radical for them to open themselves up to. And it seems rebellious to people who are super conservative, right? Like, that's just outer limits, man. I'm just going to tell you straight out, this week is unpredictable. We're going to see some crap that comes out of this week that is just, it's going to be super frustrating. Because this week is like cracking open an egg. That's what it reminds me of. You have this tight shell that contained liquid, but when you crack it open, it just makes this giant mess, you know? And all this fluid and all this stuff comes out. Now, this egg had the potential to grow into a living little thing. But we cracked it open too soon, and it's just fluid, you know? It's just a bunch of stuff. Do you want to take that egg and do you want to make it grow into something that could produce something more, or do you want to crack it open right now? I don't know why that came to my head, but it's very clear, and so I thought I'd throw it out there. As weird as it is. I don't know, it's gonna be a hard week. I'm trying to stay away from the political aspects because it's a triggering week. And many of the things that I could talk about could be very triggering to some people, and this is not what my channel is about. It's not about to trigger you. It's about to open you up to the possibilities and positivity that this week can hold for you. Don't let this week steal that ability from you to focus on what you need to do to get your life under control. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you. And just go out there and be the beautiful, progressive, wonderful change you guys want to see in the universe. This is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead, and we have an eventful week. First of all, I just want to wish all of you a very happy Valentine's Day for all of you that like that day. I just have lots of love for you and wish you lots of love and light on that day, and let you know that you are loved by someone. Okay, let's get into the week. So on February 9th, 2021, Saturn in Aquarius is going to be in an exact sextile with Chiron in Aries. On February 11th, there's going to be a new moon that is in Aquarius, conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. Now, all week long, Chiron in Aries is going to be in a sextile with Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus all in Aquarius. All week long, Mars in Taurus is going to be in a square with the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in Aquarius. And Neptune in Pisces is going to sextile Pluto, which is in Capricorn, and sextile Mars, which is in Taurus. And then all week long, Uranus in Taurus is going to be in a square with Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter in Aquarius. So I was kind of channeling this week a little bit, and I came up with 3 questions that I want to ask you. And that is, what do you want to create in 2021? What do you want this year to be? Since you are the co-creator of your existence, what do you want it to be? What do you need to purge from your life? What are the obstacles? What are the limitations? And what are the restrictions that keep you from getting what you want? And then, what does your future look like now? Do you feel hopeless or hopeful? These questions will help you work with the new moon's energy in Aquarius. Now, I want you to be super honest about anything that you have regarding your fears, your limitations, and your restrictions, because that Plutonian energy can go in there with this beautiful sextile in Neptune and Pisces and help you envision ways to transform that circumstance if you want to be focused on positive energy this week. Also, with a new moon, that is new energy. That's new beginnings, and that's new hope. Now, it is conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde, which means there's some past component that you need to resolve or to purge or to take a look at, because it may still have some sort of energy that is creating an obstacle in your life. And so you still need to work on removing that restriction so that you can move forward with progressive energy. So today you guys chose the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is a 7. 7 is the search for answers. It is diving deeper than those shallow searches, such as like Googling something and kind of just, that little quick search. No, you got to dive deep for answers. And normally this is spiritually guided as well. And of course, with this card, it suggests that there's going to be movement and progression, and you need to move forward with something, but also the Chariot does represent Cancer's energy. So maybe for some of you, this has something to do with your home and your family situation. For some of you, there needs to be some movement, some progression in something having to do with, a family member, a family situation, a home situation, a housing situation, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead. Just gonna do the dice right now. You have Taurus energy here, and so we did talk about that Mars and Uranus is in these squares, and so some of you may be feeling a little bit pessimistic. Some of you may be fixating on something that you can't move forward in. You may feel this need to move forward, but there's this restriction. And I'm also feeling like it's the material realm. It's not so much that you're not tuned into needing to progress. Intuitively, I feel like it's something to do with like something in your physical realm holding you back. You have Uranus here, and Uranus energy is in this Taurus energy. So you do have Uranus and Taurus represented, and that is in a square with Venus in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, and Jupiter in Aquarius. So perhaps you're feeling a little out of control of something. Perhaps you want to organize and get control over something and try to rebuild, and you want to move forward with something, but I feel like there's something holding you back. It could be energy levels, it could be just pure, even the stamina to want to move forward against resistance. And then you have the 10th house. The 10th house does suggest that it has something to do with your career, life path, destiny. So for some of you, there may be some obstacles because of money, success, your career advancement, something to do with your career goals. Maybe a lot of people are feeling restricted by just the sheer job market. There's just not a lot of options. So even if you do want to move and you want to relocate and you want to make a change in your family life because you feel like you need to move in a different direction, I don't feel like you can, and that feels frustrating and restrictive, and it can make you fear-based, and it can make you also dip into those lower vibes. So you want to be very mindful of that, because the new moon in Aquarius that we are going to be having on February 11th is in a square with Mars and Taurus. So that's being stubborn and rigid and stuck on a mindset and not willing to budge. And that a lot of times has to do with just the sheer need to possess or own or think you deserve it, or some sort of entitlement. So it's like you put an obstacle in your own way. Now you have the power to remove that obstacle and go in a completely different direction. But there could be some powerlessness or some hopelessness that you have bought into because the physical realm is a hot mess, okay? Let's take a look at your guys' tea for the week. Wealth. So money. Money may be definitely on the table for you. That's very Taurian, right? Some of you may feel confined by the fact you can't simply afford the life you want. And that's very frustrating. You can't afford what you want to possess, those sorts of obstacles. So let's see what else is the tea. We have the Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Who is that? Dude, is that you? Are you that person? Don't you be the mule. Look, 2021 is the year of change. And so you are going to have to go into a completely different direction if you want to change your circumstances, okay? Or it could be like a spouse or a relative or somebody that is in your home is holding you back maybe you guys are fighting about where you want to live. I'm kind of hearing you're disputing on the direction that you want to go in. Maybe they don't agree with it, that sort of stuff. So we have Pig. Beware of greed. God, money is definitely an issue. I'm also hearing like taking care of a loved one, and that's restrictive. Like you might be bound by having to physically care for somebody, and it's holding you back. I saw that pretty clear. So Horseshoe, good luck. Okay, so I want to tell you about the fact that Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus is in this beautiful sextile with Chiron and Aries. We have such beautiful energy to get things you want, but you will have to go in a completely different direction to really get to this good luck. So you're going to have to take this Chariot, steer it in a different direction. Ooh, wind chimes, peace and harmony. So I hear music is like soothing, but I'm also hearing that frequency changes can happen when you tune into like singing bowls, or different pitches in music can make your vibration go at different levels. I would be very mindful of that if you're getting stuck and you're getting spun up in this energy. We have the Turtle, which is water-based energy. You have also a water-based energy card. So you guys are swimming around in the water energy, and I'm not hating the water energy, because that's where the hope is in Neptune and Pisces in a sextile with Pluto and Capricorn, in this beautiful sextile with Mars and Taurus. It's absolutely gorgeous, duh. Like if you really want to get on top of things. Look at you. You have a lot of cards about movement, and the Turtle can slow down movement. This feels I feel when I see this turtle, it feels very Taurian too. For some reason, turtles aren't usually associated with it, but the movement is slower than you want. You're impatient. That's what I'm seeing. Ooh, time out. 37. You got another 7 here. You had a 7 here. So 7 is very important to you, and it could have something to do with something that you need to think about in a higher vibe, because of the purple that I see here. Okay. We have adversity, and I do see adversity in this card. So accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Okay, your mind is definitely being exposed and opened up. I can definitely see that. Wizards of awareness. Look at you. Okay, so there's magic to be created this week. I made a video, the new moon in Aquarius, and we had a windstorm. I did a little magic. And this is definitely manifesting energy. You have the wizard here. But this is something that you create first in your mind. I feel like this wizard is a very old soul. He's very wise. He's very experienced, because he's very, very aware. He's not that youthful young magician. He's a wizard. And so I'm feeling like some of you need to stir up a little personal magic in the word hope. Hope is such a magical word. And because Neptune is in Pisces in this sextile with Pluto and Capricorn, sextile with Mars and Taurus, guys, you can get more beautiful energy to create some positive magic in your life. Yes, you've got to focus. You have to focus on potential and hope. You have to watch where your mind goes, because you're in a struggle for some movement here. There's resistance in movement. I can't help but not see that. Like, it's like crazy. Flying. Arise and see the higher point of view. Yes. So when you're in this purple energy here, plus you're in this 37 and you have 7 so prevalent, and you're being asked to take this time out, we do have Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. That is a time out. That is a time to relax, reflect, to revise, and to revisit things. So you may have to rethink something in order to create the stamina and the movement that you need. It definitely requires some focus on the positive. And you have well-being. The best way for you to create magic, because this is my magic card, is for you to tend to yourself. So that is when you do like meditations, you do clearing of your energies. I don't care if you just carry like a clear crystal with you, or you envision white lights when you get a moment to think of something purifying. Sometimes taking showers, baths are purifying, and you really have to feel that negative energy being washed away. There's a lot of negative energy out there really going to drag us down, so we got to be mindful and focus on the positive. Inner knowing. Inner knowing suggests to me, you guys, that you guys have a connection to spirit, to the divine, and you're very, very intuitive because of all this Neptunian and just absolutely magical energy. So if your body is saying, I'm tired, or let's say you just don't have the energy level this week. I'm feeling like there's a lack of energy and stamina or something holding you back. So maybe that's just the divine's way of saying, you need a timeout, you need to calm down, you need to take it slow, and you need to think this through. Sometimes when we have to pull back on the reins here, and we don't get to move as forward as fast as we like, that's just Spirit's way of saying you're not ready. You haven't, there's something that you're missing right now. There's something that you need to, there's something that you need to take a look at. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, guys, let's add a little light here and let's see what's going on in your week. Turtles get really focused, and even though the movement's slow, it's not like it stops. So don't worry about what is not coming your way, guys. Okay. Okay. We have Page of Swords, Eight of Wands, movement again. And you have the Queen of Cups, more water energy. Let's take a look at these. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize this a little bit. So how does that look for you guys? Really good. So when you have some resistance to movement, one thing I'm seeing is that you guys need to take a look at the direction that you're heading in. Some of us have all this momentous energy, this forward energy, because I'm seeing the 10 here, but I'm also seeing this square that we're having in Mars, which is really not allowing us to have the amount of momentum that we deeply desire right now. So there's something I think you need to figure out. It's a new approach. Maybe it's allowing yourself to slow down and take the time to have this new idea or this new approach or this new direction manifest in your mind. Because sometimes when we're so focused on moving forward, because I'm seeing this card, the 8, I mean, you want to create a successful outcome. And sometimes when you're moving forward like that, your main card here is the 7. When you go through this 7 here and you dive deep and you figure out the direction that you can go in, then you can take these wands and you can create the action and you can create the movement you want. Be sure you're moving in the right direction is what I see here, clear as day. Then we have the Queen of Cups at the end of the week, and you did have inner knowing here, and you had the Wizard here. So there's something about the fact that you guys need to probably slow down and connect a little bit more intuitively to the movement that you're taking, because you're getting this card of timeout. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Right, let's see what the words are spelling for you. Well, you know what? Before we do that, my bad. Let's do your charms. Dig deep. Oop, and it didn't want to close because of that. So, okay. So I'm feeling like you guys have low energy because I'm seeing this like Coca-Cola bottle here, and I'm feeling like you need caffeine. Like I'm feeling like a low energy vibe for sure. And I don't know why I got that from the Coca-Cola, but I did. We do have cat, which is also intuition. It's being very intuitive. It's being open and receptive to brand new lives. They have 9 lives. So maybe this is being open to landing on your feet, but a different way. You did have flying, and you have this airplane here. So it says arise and see a higher point of view. Sorry about that. There was a glare on the card. And this arrow. Look, you guys want to move. I feel like you're getting antsy. I feel like there's some frustration with no movement. That's what I'm seeing. Ooh, anchored, weighed down. You're weighed down by something, and it feels like you're stuck, and you just want to move. You just want to go. You just want to do it. And I feel like you're pretty frustrated about that. You have these 6 of Cups here. So that does suggest something about, I think it has to do with the Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde, and maybe that's frustrating. Maybe you want to make some progress in your life. You feel like, in general, like you're a pretty active person, like you like to be on the move, but I feel like you're frustrated by the lack of being able to move. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your letters here, guys. I'm gonna go a little bit over 20 minutes. Sorry about that. I'm trying to time myself because I get carried away. Okay, the very first word that I saw was tilt. I saw it clear as day. Tilt in your favor. You're wanting something to tilt in your favor. Luck to tilt in your favor. Yeah, you're frustrated. I hear it. It's just as clean as day. Oh, I see pin. I think some of you may have a lot of ideas, and I just see you putting a pin on something, like, you know, when you put a pin and it makes it a favorite. I feel like sometimes you do that. Like you put a pin in something and that saves it to your favorites, you know? So when you do your Google searches and something like that, it's in a favorites. There's something about in your favorites in Google or something like that. I don't know why I saw that. Sorry. Sometimes I get the weirdest ideas from these words. Okay, another thing I see here just really jumped out was fear. You know, sometimes when we are forced to slow down, we get fear-based, like we're missing out on something is going to pass us by, or someone's going to pass us by, or we're not making progress, and that can make you fear-based. And yeah, this is when you have to connect to this inner knowing and this, don't just make a move because you're reacting to fear. I see some of you making some sort of consequential move because you had a fear, and then, and then I see running. Yeah, it's like, you have the ability to take precise movements that lead you into your future. If you fall on these old ways of being, meaning these poor coping methods, and you get fear-based, and then you start feeling like you need to run, or you get antsy, or you just get to the point where you want to run away from the problem, I don't feel like that's going to be in your best interest this week. I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is how you spell nay. To be honest with you, I've never spelled nay in my life, but I saw that and it made me think of naysayers. You know, people who want to make you fear-based, and so they are always talking pessimistically about the future and about the state of the world and about the economy. It makes people fear-based, and there's something new coming in. Can you just open yourself up and make room for it? It's a new idea. It's a new way of going. And then you'll see this peace and harmony. You'll see this good luck coming your way. Stubborn. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I see SEI benefit. I don't know what that means, though. Sorry. I don't know if that means anything to, hey you, hey. One of my favorite sayings is it just is what it is. And I just let it go. Because there are some things that you have to submit to and just know that it's not within your control. You're very stubborn, I can see right here, and you persevere no matter what, and you get your locked and loaded, but I'm feeling like, guys, that's not the best way out for you. Like, I'm feeling like, well, you definitely, I'm hearing you need more fun. Oh, and I see ear here. Like somebody saying, hey, and it's, I don't know, like trying to get your attention. I see that. Oh, I see yin. Do we have yang? Wouldn't that be cool? Nope, we just have yin. Yin and yang, and it was, I think we had, yeah, well-being here, balance. So we want to be mindful if we have only got one yin and yang on here that we may be out of balance in something, and so maybe getting it, I'm feeling like there's a habit, like a pop habit, too, I hear, of like something like you're drinking too much soda or caffeine, but it's mostly like a soda habit. It's not good for your well-being. If you're doing that, please don't do it no more, because I'm like seeing it here as like, it's kind of a warning. And, ooh, I see this too, guys. If some of you guys have a question about something, Spirit is saying, yes. Well, that's nice. Whatever that is, you guys. I also see it's her. I saw her too. Boy, these are really talking. And here. Hey, and here, and then we had ears. Something about a message, something that you're going to hear about. Okay. All right, you guys have 71. Oh my gosh, you guys have 7. You have 2. You have 39, 41, or excuse me, 14. You can see my dyslexia. So 1 and 4 is foundation, and that is also, to me, that's stability. It boils down to you, okay? I'm seeing the 7 and the 1 here, but the 7, and then you had 2 7s in here. So 7 is a number where you guys have to dive deeper and look for answers, and you have to make sure that you dive into this with all of your gusto. Because we have Mercury in Aquarius, it's a great time to do some research. That's downtime. So dig for facts, dig for ideas. If you get an idea, look at resources, look every which way you can. If you were in this Taurus energy, you dip into Scorpio energy. If it's in a square, you may not have enough resources. Maybe digging deep may help you find some resources because you have the downtime to do it. You don't have the movement. We have a 3 and a 9 here. So 3 is a lot of times conversations and communication with people. It has a lot to do with interacting and being social, but we have this 9 here. So maybe this is moving on and being a little bit more social, getting some great ideas through that way. As we also have the 2 here, it represents, so maybe some of you can brainstorm and work with other people. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. I went a little bit over, so sorry about that. But much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the progressive, loving souls I know you are. Hi guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. This week, we are going to be talking about February 7th through the 14th. So I just want to start out by saying Happy Valentine's Day. Just want you guys to know that there's someone out there that loves you very much and hopes that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. So let's get into the week. February 9th, 2021, we are going to have an exact sextile between Saturn in Aquarius and Chiron in Aries. Then on February 11th, we are going to have a new moon that is in Aquarius. It's conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. So all week long, you are going to have some beautiful energy to deal with. We're going to have Chiron in Aries. It's going to be in a sextile with Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus, all in Aquarius. And then all week long, Neptune in Pisces is going to be in a beautiful sextile with Pluto and Mars. So Pluto is in Capricorn and Mars is in Taurus. Challenging energy that we will have all week long is going to be Mars in Taurus. It's going to be in a square with the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter all in Aquarius. The other energy that's kind of tough this week is we're going to have Uranus in Taurus. It is going to be in a square with Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter all in Aquarius. So I do want to start out with asking you, because I kind of like channeled this week and really wanted to explore Aquarius energy. And things that stood out to me was these 3 questions. What do you want to create in 2021? What do you want for your year? I mean, it's up to you because you are the co-creator of your life. So what do you want it to be? And then what do you need to purge right now? So if you think about what you want to have this year look like for you, what is standing in the way of that? And what do you need to purge and get rid of? I heard for you something about minimizing, clearing out your space. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but you have a different message. That's totally fine. And then what does your future look like now? Are you hopeful or are you hopeless? If you're hopeful, you are going to be really, really energized by gorgeous energy out there that is making this week almost magical. And then if you're hopeless, you're going to be falling into all of those squares between Mars and Uranus and Taurus, which makes it almost an extremely fear-based week. So it's up to you which one you tune into. You guys chose the Hanged Man, pile number 2. If you look at this Hanged Man, he is very interesting because he is rooted into this tree. And so I find it very, very interesting that, so the way that I'm reading this card is the physical realm has him bound, but he is hanging upside down, and you can see that there's some submission there. So he is really diving deep for this reason why he's immobile, like why he is bound to this circumstance. He is searching for answers. And this is a 12, and a 12 is a 1 and a 2, or it could be a 3 depending on how you look at it. But sometimes we need to kind of pull ourselves back and look at our relationships around us and what do they say about us, or how do they observe us, what is their feedback about us. And then maybe we need to consider that we need to kind of pull back things on a foundational level and take a look at ourselves and figure out what we need to change, what we need to do, what we're being opened up to about ourselves, so that we can kind of unbind ourselves from this physical limitation that we have. Oh, it's just such a restraint. I'm also seeing, just because we have Mars and Taurus, which is in these squares with Aquarius energy, it's like you're stuck. You feel like you're stuck in your situation. Like there's no mobility. Like there's no way you can progress. And so there's a submission in that. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, guys, let's take a look at your dice here. Astro dice. Well, we have Mercury, and we talked about Mercury in Aquarius right now, which is in retrograde. And some of you just may, I just feel submission. I mean, I can't help it. It's almost like you're looking at your circumstance and you're like giving up. That's what I see. A complete submission to no progression. Oh, that's weird. We have 11 here. And Aquarius is the 11th house in the zodiac. So I feel like there's a frustration in your mind about the future. It's almost like you're buying what they're telling you, how hopeless our situation is. Like they want us to believe that, you know, we're just the end of the world is coming. Like I'm feeling that so much with you. And so there's a submission with you, but there's a lot of hope. And then there's stuff left to create, and there's ways to progress. And I know that it feels very hopeless for you, but because we have Sagittarius here. Sagittarius is a new direction. It's breaking through the boundaries of this limitation right here. You have to look at things optimistically and very different when you have Sagittarian energy in your life. And you have to almost be idyllic. And, you know, I talk a lot about being idyllic as if it's a negative thing. It's only a negative thing if you're in complete denial of your reality. Idyllic mindsets sometimes help us be hopeful enough to create different outcomes, transform our circumstances, get us closer to what we dream about. Don't let them take that away from you. Happiness. That's what your guys' tea for the week is to be happy. There are ways this week for you to be so happy. This is a Neptunian mindset. Sometimes if you're hanging back and you're sitting at home and you feel like you need some isolation, some alone time, I'm feeling like almost kind of a shut-in feeling though, a little bit. That's because I think you're just searching for what to be happy about. You know, like you feel very squarish to me. Like you're buying what they're saying about our future. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that hurts my heart. You have desk. Pay attention to your work. You're very distracted in my head to me. You're very lost in these thoughts. Scissors. Disappointment of some affair. This can be a hardcore week, guys, if you let this world, this material realm, this physical realm pull you into their negative headspaces about the way that everything is going to go. You have the ability to be hopeful instead of hopeless and fear-based. But it takes a lot of discipline to do that. And there's a lot of energy kind of draining our power to do so. You see hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. And then you had the hangman here. Yeah, you guys need to just detach. Kind of maybe some alone time is necessary. You need to recharge. I'm feeling like you guys definitely could use that. And then we have rat, someone working against you behind your back. Let's keep going. We have the dragon spirit, and I love the dragon because inside your sense of self is your dragon. That's your inner guidance system. That's that higher power within you. That is the fire that burns in all of us of determination and stamina and endurance. And I know it's tough to feel those energies right now. I know that because of just the energy in the universe at this time. Whew, yeah. Soul cards too. See, this is like, I see the light over behind her, but this is like looking for something else, like you're searching. You may be searching for something deep inside of you, this light, this dragon. Maybe very introspective this week. Spirituality, you guys have got 77. 7 is big this week. 7 was all over number 1's reading. You guys have it in your reading. This is purple is that, you're being very aware, and you're elevating your mind, and your thoughts are searching for answers. You're wanting to go a little bit deeper. Usually when we get into this is a 7 and an 11 in my eyes too. I always see 11 in a double number. That's spirit guiding you to search deeper. And maybe that's why you're following that feeling of needing to just hang back and think a little bit more. Oh, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You're very sensitive. You guys are like a sensitive soul. We got flying also in pile number 1, different card of course, but flying. And see the magic. This feels very Neptunian to me. Very, and this is a Neptune card. Maybe some of you will do really, really good if you start getting lost in a little fantasy world. Maybe some of you just need to get a little bit detached from what's in the reality of the situation. I don't usually ever say that, but you guys might need a detachment here. Security. Yeah, it's hard to feel stable and secure in this energy, definitely. See, I feel like minimizing. Sometimes when we are trying to detach and we're trying to invite the energy from spirit or the cosmos, or however you want to look at, wherever you derive your energy from, hanging back, detaching, idealizing can help you tune into the right vibration. Oh, sex, kiss, hug. Face and embrace all parts of yourself. Yeah, there's a need to be physical. You guys need a little tender love and care. I'm not gonna lie, like I can feel it in your soul here. Yeah, you're searching for inner peace. Aw. It's like you guys have got a gentle heart. Turn away. Look at you. You're in the feels about something. You're contemplating. I see you deep in thought. I see you searching for a way to make a decision. There's some uneasiness about it. I definitely see. But you're definitely in the feels about something, getting kind of lost in that a little bit. Let's see what your light worker cards have to say here. So flying is also elevating your mind past reality. Sometimes we need to do that. Also, this one I'm seeing searching for security, stability. Maybe sometimes when you feel like you're on shaky ground, you pull back and you shut yourself away. That's the way you deal. That's the way you cope. It's almost on a paranoid level, so be mindful of that. Be careful of Piscean energy. We can get a little bit paranoid with it sometimes if we're getting hypersensitive, so just be mindful. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Swords again, you guys. Had that in pile number 1. Pile number 1 and pile number 2 are very similar. You might find something that you need to hear in pile number 1 as well, because it's very, very similar, guys. Okay, so I got this all set up. Whoops, we can't see that one as well, can we? Don't go that low. Okay. So you guys have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands at the beginning of the week is new action. It's a new direction. It's a new energy is coming into your life that makes you react. That could happen. I like the sex, kiss, and hug. I'm feeling like sometimes somebody who's really like a foreboding kind of person, or somebody who broods a lot, can be kind of a little bit sexy because you get attention. Kind of like when you pull back, people want to know what's wrong with you. We have the Six of Pentacles. I almost said Sex of Pentacles. Sorry. But the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is okay, so whenever I get this card, I know that in order to get, I have to give. This is a reminder card of maybe if you're searching for something, maybe because you have empathy and you have this 7 here and you're searching, maybe some of you might bond well with other people who are in your same boat, searching and seeking answers and looking for a spiritual reason, or a reason why everything is going in the direction that it is. I mean, you're really seeking those answers outside of yourself. And then because there's something in your physical realm that has you feeling stuck. And so you're on a journey with that. And then we have this Page of Swords. This is all about new ideas and perfecting something that is something mental. So for some of you, this could just be this year challenge of mental discipline, of keeping your head in a good headspace, of keeping it in a positive headspace when there's so much swirl. If you're an empath, this energy is the worst energy ever because there's so much negativity. And if you are a little sponge, be mindful that you are not sponging up negativity right now. With this Neptunian energy, you may have a little compassionate heart, and you maybe easily get sucked down to people in need. People may need you, and you might need to work on yourself. So that might be why you just kind of want to hang back and hide a little bit, because you don't have anything to give people right now, and they're going to want you in some way. Turn away. It's saying, if you don't have the energy, or if you don't have the ability to do it right now, take care of you. That's okay. Okay. So the first thing I think I'm seeing, it just sprang into my head when I saw it as I was turning these over, is water. And I'm seeing a water energy. You have water energy all over your reading, and we have some gorgeous energy in Neptune and Pisces, making you feel all watery about everything. And water energy is that emotional energy. It's this Neptunian-based energy in this beautiful sextile with Pluto and Capricorn, sextile with Mars and Taurus. Taurian energy in a high vibe is very, very intuitive and on a sensory level. So your body could be giving you signals and signs of things and directions that you need to go in. And you could be feeling that sensory overload that we sometimes get when we get tremendous downloads of information from spirit or your guides or your guardians, however you deem that, whatever you deem that to be. Okay, I saw help. Yikes. Wow, you guys. You're a helpful soul. And it's the funny thing is I think now you're the one who needs the help. It's like you're the one who's always giving, but I'm not feeling like you receive it, and now you're kind of in a situation with that. And wow. What was? I also see these are just jumping out right away. So was and past just jumped right out, guys. So was and past have to do with this Mercury that's in retrograde right now. And so there's something that you have not tied up. There's something that is an obstacle preventing progression and moving forward. That's something that's keeping you stuck. And intuitively, I think you're being asked to kind of really decipher what that is. I also see like a bus. And then I'm going to tell you why I'm seeing this. Some of you may actually take the bus. But I also see bus stop. A bus and stop means, you know, you may have to do something. You may have to walk somewhere to get to a certain place so that you can get transportation to wherever you need. So, you know, also, I'm not even lying. When I first saw this, I saw somebody in like a wheelchair, somebody who had limited mobility. I did see that. And so it could be frustrating for some of you that have limited mobility issues. That's not everyone, of course, but I saw it immediately when I saw the Hanged Man, which I never see that card, because it's not really what it means. But yeah, but the bus stop is, it sometimes when you want to get to a destination really fast, because I take the bus because I'm like this nature lover girl. But you have to make several stops. It's so frustrating because you just want to get to where you want to go, but you're like, okay, we're stopping here and we're stopping here, and it takes you twice as long to get to the destination that you need to go in. It can be super frustrating. So I'm feeling like maybe this was and the stop and this, you know, like I'm just feeling like you're frustrated. And I'm also with the help, if some of you are feeling overwhelmed and you're not getting the help that you need from somebody else because, I don't know, maybe you're on the emotional side, maybe you're on the water-based side, so your people just, you might be a little bit overwhelming for people, go definitely seek answers and get the help you need. I'm seeing that here, like counseling would be wonderful for some of you who just need somebody to talk to who's not emotionally invested in the situation. It could be also that some of you are the people that people go to like kind of dump on, and sometimes that's an energy transfer and sometimes that's tough, so be mindful of that. I'm also seeing bed. I'm feeling depression, I'm feeling low energy, I'm feeling you may be the sponge, and then when there's so much negativity in the air, you may be one of those people that God, I see CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Sorry, I don't know why I see that, but it's like clear as day, CFO. For a company. I'm just feeling like there's like okay, for one thing I can see here is dreams. Dreams happen when we have beautiful Neptunian and Pisces energy. Some of you may be just low energy, drained, so you're sleeping a lot more, but that's just your body's way of shutting down and shutting out everything because it knows that you don't you don't need to sponge up what's negative out there right now. It's like a protective mechanism from this dragon spirit here. That like, this isn't the energy for you. I'm going to tune you out. You're going to get tired. And then I'm going to create magic in your head. You know what I mean? In your dreams. And that can help some of you resist this negativity. And some of you go home and you're like super drained this week. It's probably because you sponged up a lot of negativity, because let's face it, everybody's going to be wanting to create fear and drama, and they're going to be out of control with their bad selves. And they're going to be saying a bunch of things, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in the media. And that's just not who you are. You don't do well under that kind of extreme energy. Okay, guys, let's do your numbers here. Oh, yeah. Self-care. I saw 1 self-care right there, and then 1 and 3. We have 67, 68. Wait a minute. Or is that? Oh, I'm sorry. That's 89. Clear as day. And 8. Okay. So the one thing that I'm noticing is 13 is Scorpio energy. And we were talking about the fact that we had this square that's going on in Taurus energy, because 13 is the death card in the major arcana. But 1 and 3 also, you can look at it this way. Sometimes when you are an empath or you are a very highly sensitive person, you can be overly compassionate about what other people are going through, and you want to help them out. And because of the 6 of Pentacles, and you're giving so much of yourself that I feel like you're being drained. The way to be more successful at this endeavor is to learn how to moderate how much energy you give and how much energy you absorb, and be very mindful of the way that what your body is telling you. So if you start getting a stomach ache, or if you start feeling like you're sick, or if you start having nausea for no reason, or if you start getting a headache for no reason, or if you start feeling drained and low energy, it's because you merely have absorbed too much negativity for your own good. And that is your body's way of shutting you down and saying, time out, you need a time out, right? And that is so you can create a pattern here, because of this Page of Swords, in your brain of knowing when you see those signals. And when you see those signals, then I think it's like, you know, time for you to have a little, to be restrained, know that you need to stop giving so much of yourself. So let's do the last thing here. I should have did this before this, but that's okay. Okay, let's see what we got. Ugh, I got the plane again. I dug around. So again, watch pile number 1. I can't emphasize enough, this is in pile number 1. Z is the ending of the alphabet. Z is, oh, and again, Z, I see just sleepy in bed. You are very tired. We have a B and a Z. I see B and I see 1, and I see a lot of like activity. When I see a B and I think of a bee, they're just working and they're overextending themselves. I see a lot of hard work, but I see that you need, maybe it's this work situation. Maybe you're just pouring lots of hours in and you're really tired. Dinosaurs are for the past-based energy. Flying, you had literally a flying card here. So you need to elevate yourself mentally. I'm seeing like this is a mental journey. Yeah, I'm seeing like a limitation. The Z is the end, done. And we had the 9 here. So I think you guys need to just take a break, relax, invite the most positive energy you can into this, and know that it's okay to turn away and say, no, I'm at my mental limit, man. I'm done. Like, I need to work on me. I need a lot of self-care. You have 2 1s here. You need to just concentrate on yourself right now. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the beautiful and wonderful change you guys want to see in your future, okay? Bye. Hi guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And first of all, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day. You guys have my heart. Thank you for showing up and watching my readings. For all of you regulars, and for those of you that are new, welcome. Hope you have somebody out there that you love very much, or that loves you and shows you a wonderful Valentine's Day. But if not, you are welcome here. Much love and hugs and kisses. Okay, so let's talk about this week. We are going to be talking about February 7th through the 14th. So on February 9th, Saturn is going to be in Aquarius. It is going to be in this beautiful exact sextile with Chiron and Aries. Then on February 11th, we are going to have a new moon in Aquarius. It is going to be conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. So all week long, these are the energies that we have to deal with. We have both very positive energy and we have some very, very challenging energy. So you know it's up to you to tune into whatever you want to tune into, however you want your week to go. Positive energy, Chiron and Aries, is going to be in a beautiful sextile with Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus. And we also have Neptune in Pisces, which is going to be in a sextile with Pluto and Capricorn, and also a sextile with Mars in Taurus. Gorgeous energy. And then we have Mars in Taurus is going to be in a square with the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. And that Mars is in Taurus energy. And so we also have Uranus in Taurus, which is going to be in a square with Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter energy. So as you can see, there's two very distinct ways that this week can go for you, or that may challenge you in some way. So I was kind of channeling this week and trying to figure out what this Aquarius energy was trying to tell me. And three questions came to mind. The first one is, what do you want to create in the year 2021? What do you guys want this year to be about? Because you are the co-creator of your life, and especially of your physical realm. So you've got to think about those long-range plans, because we have this new moon in Aquarius. It's about moving forward and progressing and making a change. So what is that for you in 2021? And then what do you need to purge right now? What obstacle, what limitation, what restriction, what is holding you back, and how can you purge that from your existence? And then what does your future look like right now? Is it hopeful or hopeless? Because it will be very clear if you just ask yourself that last question, how this week is going to go for you, which energy you're going to be tuned into. Because there's a really, really high vibe and a really crazy, deep, dark, low vibe to this week. And so you got to be very mindful of that. You guys got the Aquarius card here, and that's the Star card. And the Star card helps us understand that we can create our dreams, that we can ask the divine spirit, your messengers, your guardians, however you define that for you, to help grant your wishes for whatever you want. So this energy is very dreamy for you. You have the ability to make your future either hopeful or hopeless. What vibration are you tuning into? Aquarius energy is in a very high vibe this week and in a very low vibe this week. And so what you need to do is look at your life almost in an idyllic setting. Now understand that you have Chiron and Aries. So we have been forced to see things that are not so great about ourselves. That's okay, because those are things we can control. There are some things about ourselves that we can change, that we can restructure, that we can revise about ourselves. We can reverse things that we've done by simply apologies, by being a better person, by moving in a different direction with ourselves. There's lots of things that we can do to move forward. And I'm also seeing in that energy just our relationships, our partnerships, our bonds and our unions, they need to progress in a different way. Like if you were always attracted to one specific kind of karmic person, karmic lesson, karmic relationship, it's time to move past that lesson and to start ushering in some positivity. Now, let's see what your dice have to say here. I've always noticed, I always feel with her specifically, the Star card as well, that the way that you control your elements is very mental. So you want to mentally embrace hope and not fear, okay? Wow. Okay, so you have Libra energy, you have Plutonian energy, and you have the 8. The eighth house in astrology is where we die and where we're reborn, where birth happens. It's a great place of transformation in your life, and it's a place where we can create as well. On a Plutonian level, however, this is a place, and now mind you, Pluto is in just a fabulous little mood here. Plutonian's been such a little stinker for so long, but Plutonian energy is in this beautiful sextile with Neptune and Pisces, wanting you to dream big. So this feels like a rebirth, a regeneration, a restoration of energy. That's what I'm kind of feeling. You're revising things, you're analytically taking a look at things, and you're trying to, I hear something like rebranding. That's kind of, and then you have Libra energy here. Libra energy is legalities. It is also our relationships, our partnerships, our bonds and our unions. And I said that Venus is sitting in Aquarius right now. Venus rules Taurus, and Taurus energy is not in this negative headspace. So get a little Libra-ish with yourselves. And that means, I also see the star. She balances, she knows how to, she's almost alchemic to me, like she knows how to work with elements to get the result that she wants. And so I feel like there's something that you have to be very open to, maybe experimenting, looking at things a little differently. This feels very inventive to me. Reinventing yourself, I hear very much so. What you guys are looking at is marriage. So you guys have Libra and you have marriage. So that suggests that maybe you guys are really tuned into this Venus energy, and the Venus energy, Venus is in Aquarius at the time of this beautiful new moon. It's conjunct Jupiter, Mercury, which is in Aquarius, which is in retrograde, and Saturn. So all those are in Aquarius, and then it's squaring off with Mars and Taurus and squaring off with Uranus and Taurus. So for some of you, this may be, you may be thinking that partner's not for you anymore. You may be looking for something different. I'm hearing for some of you that are frustrated with a partner, but I'm also hearing that some of you may be very attracted to differences in partners or different types of partners, or you may be looking at people differently. Also, friends come to mind. Friends can easily turn into like a long-term relationship, which may be the one. That's kind of interesting. So you have the vulture here. It says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. That's fear-based energy. That's all in our minds. This energy can drag you into a dark space if you want it to. And again, you have to be hopeful instead of hopeless, and because hopelessness creates the fear, and that's all of this really negative scorpionic energy, Plutonian energy, really pulling us into the depths of despair if we're not careful, and then that's where you will experience this depression and anxiety. We have rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. The storm is over, and now you have this beautiful light bouncing in all kinds of directions. and creating a beautiful new outlook. I see bell and there's an announcement. Holy crap, some of you may be making a commitment. Some of you may be making a very big commitment to somebody, and you may be like telling people that you guys are thinking about taking your relationship to the next level. Whoa, that's very nice. Look at a magical star here. That's beautiful. It says, Bo, you are highly thought of. Oh my God, you guys have some energy in the whole relationship sector, not gonna lie. You have the raccoon here, and this is earth-based energy. I'm gonna move this over here so we can have some room. Dude, you were Plutonian. There it is. Okay. Wow, look at that, you guys. I just see somebody pouring their heart out. This is a soul connection. I just see somebody's, just like, I feel like there's an outpouring of emotion and just like this. It's almost like this connection with somebody that you can't hold it back, and it just makes you feel so good that it just emanates from you. Like it just, like I feel like it's you literally vibrate this level of like enthusiasm. God, some of you guys have such a cute little energy. You know, if some of you guys aren't in relationships, you know what would be great right now? A little relationship magic. A little relationship manifesting, because you could literally call on a soulmate very easily in this energy. Look at you, little raccoon. Pessimistic here. Why do we have 2 soul cards? Okay, whatever, I'll go with it. 2 ways it can go. This is funny, because I'm feeling that so much with the star energy and the raccoon energy. Star energy is hope. Raccoon's energy is looking at everything all dark and pessimistically and looking at things kind of like in a foreboding way. There's a lot of people going to be fear-mongering, and there's going to be a lot of rhetoric making us scared of where our future is going. If you go there, you could easily be this raccoon that is like lurking around in the shadows waiting for something to go wrong. You could be talking yourself out of this beautiful magical energy that's right there for the picking, right? And I see that so much in these 2 cards right here. Look, that's just rhetoric, you guys. That's just to me, the spiral that I'm seeing is just pulling you into the darkness, or you have the pure light. So you have dark and light represented equally in these cards. You have this beaming sunshine and this openness, but you also have this extreme darkness here. And that is clearly the defined line in this week's energy as well. We have synchronicities, 87. So 8 is success. It's material abundance. It's also feeling like you have like almost like a wealth, like you feel very, I want to say abundant, but it feels very like satisfied with the success that you've achieved. But 7 is about spirit and diving deeper. So I feel like it's what you tune into. I do. Look for synchronicities in the universe. Don't just tune in on a physical level to what's going on. That would not, you would be in the raccoon's energy and in this energy if you did. We have sorry, purpose. I know what I am here to do. Ooh. Maybe the synchronicities will show you the way with this star, and this star being lit up here, this divine intervention a little bit. We have into the unknown, 7 and 7 again. Okay, all 3 piles have had 7s. All 3 piles. It's crazy. And we have 17 here. It's just nuts. The synchronicity between the 3 piles and the 7's energy is like what I'm noticing. We have opportunity, and look at that beautiful purple up there. I feel like I'm going to keep going, and then we're going to talk about the energies. So we have angel, tap into your higher wisdom. Again, the star there, divine intervention. Just look at the synchronicities in this pile and tell me what you see, right? New beginnings. Well, this is a new moon in Aquarius. With this beautiful star, with this star lighting your way, with this moon, this intuitive kind of energy around it. It's just so stunning. It's time to be open and receptive to things, even if they're fantastical, even if they don't seem very realistic. I feel like you guys need to be open. We have communication. Well, communication is going to be, okay, I want to say with communication, I want to say if you want to talk about things that you are hopeful about, you're going to feel a raise in vibration. Communication, be very mindful of where the communication goes, in what direction it goes. That way you can control the vibration you want it to. If it's pulling you down, then we definitely want to kind of like be mindful of the vibration that talking to others puts us in. Okay, guys. I also want to say that we're in relationship with everything. And so every relationship that is in your life may have some kind of meaning, especially for your friends, people on social networking, people on the internet in some way. Like if some of you have friends on there, you may start to look at them a little different. Okay. It always tells me it's done when it's... We have Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, and we have the Strength card. Loving these energies right here. Okay, let's take a look at these three. Let me put these in a place where we can see them really good. Just want to make sure. Let's do this. Okay. Make sure you guys can see these. You see those? Yeah. Beginning of the week, you guys might be a little bit caught up in all of this retrograde energy pulling you back into the past. Many of us get a little bit, we get a little bit reflective, and we start to kind of like fantasize about the past. Some of us have very good memories, and some of us may think about somebody. Sometimes if you start thinking about somebody from your past, you actually call them into your life. So be mindful of what you're thinking about. Yes, you may not, it may be this raccoon here that's like a little lurky kind of. Oh, I see somebody lurking on social media with the Aquarius, and this raccoon, I see somebody kind of lurking around social media, kind of keeping their eye on you. That's funny. Or maybe you are checking somebody out and lurking on social media. We have the King of Pentacles here. One of my most favorite cards because he's very reassuring. I feel like everything is going to be okay when I see the King of Pentacles. It seems like he has a lot of control over the destination, and he has a lot of peace with the destination of his future and where things are going. Some of you guys may be very comfortable in the material realm, and so I think this has a lot more to do with mentally where you guys are at, looking a little deeper, searching for those answers. You had 87 here, you have 7 here, we had 17 here, and in all the readings we've had 7. So we need to dive a little deeper. We need to do some research. We need to look at things from different perspectives. We need to have conversations with people that challenge us in some way, because that's that 7's energy. Also, it's just very spiritually guided, to be honest with you. We also have the Strength card here. The Strength card, to me, is somebody who has their demons under control, somebody who has the strength to want to overcome their circumstances, somebody who wants to get control over things, somebody who is opportunistic and open to receive. but knows that there's some fear that they always have deeply suppressed, but they have control over that part of them. And it's also somebody who's just warm and loving. And the sun's energy here, this could be somebody very Leo-based here. So the opposing energy, the polarity of energy is Aquarius energy here. This Leo energy, we have the sun here kind of radiating out, and then we have the strength card here, that's Leo energy. So some of you may be wanting to shine. Some of you may want to stand out in some way. Some of you are kind of like looking at what you're revolving your life around, and you're really trying to get control over it in some way. So let's take a look at your guys's. I'm going to do this right here. How's that look? Yep, that's what I need to put them up a little bit, right? Yep, okay. Okay, guys. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Okay, this guy is like really locked in here. Puzzle. Or it's a pound sign. This is a hashtag, dude. Instagram. Somebody looking and lurking around on Instagram? Are you lurking at somebody? That's funny because that's a hashtag. Oh. Okay, I'm going to tell you what may be lurking around, or kind of like maybe in your raccoon spirit too here, is some family situation, because we have this little elephant. Somebody, like family members may be lurking. Maybe you had a falling out with some of your family members. You do have a Six of Cups here. Could be having something to do with family members. Maybe there was a falling out, and I see lurking, maybe checking each other out, but not saying anything. On Insta, I just see it so much right now. We have hot dog, and then we have the pound sign. If some of you guys are getting excessively overeating, if you're doing that as a coping method, you need to probably chill out on the hot dogs, or like the really bad food for you. We have bunnies. So bunnies are fertility, abundance. It's just looking at the positives. It's pouring your energy into the possibilities, into the hopefulness. And you get a lot of abundance when you pour your energy into something. Gratitude, I always associate a bunny's energy with gratitude, because as soon as we're grateful for what we do have, we attract more of what we need. And this is like a little windsurfer. I see the West Coast here, or I see people that really love to be super active in windsurfing. I see somebody who likes water sports. Also, what I'm seeing here as well as catching the wind, as riding the wave. Some of you may have to deal with some sort of something in your life where you're just riding that wave for now. You know, you're letting that energy take you where it needs to go. The submission to that can be just, you know, you're just very peace oriented. So you're not looking to create a lot of havoc and resistance in your life. You're going with the flow and seeing where it takes you. And it says made with love here on this. You were made with love. And you have a lot of love to give. I mean, you have a big heart. Like, I know that some of you may feel, I'm feeling a little bit too, like you may feel like if you're in the darker side of the energy, you may be feeling a little unappreciated. You do have this King of Swords here. That is just very Aquarian. Emotionally detached, looking at things rationally and logically. I see the King of Pentacles here. He does that as well. I mean, he's very warm and loving, and he's very sensitive, but he's also, you know, very firm, and he's very realistic. And so some of you may be having a very realistic look at your life and thinking, hey, there's only so much I can change right now. There's only so much I have control over. Okay, guys, let's see what words we can spell for you today. Nice words, nice words, nice words. Please, nice words. Okay. All right. Bum. I immediately saw bum. Or maybe some of you are just being a little lazy bum. That's also Taurian. And also because we have Mars and Taurus in these squares, sometimes we're just being a lazy bum. We're just chilling. We're sitting back. You know, this King of Pentacles here. We're relaxing. We're receptive to whatever comes our way, but we're not pushing. I feel like when you push, you guys get very caught up and get like in a whirl in your head, and your thoughts get a little out of control right now. So I feel like you're trying to just hang back a little bit and chill out. I saw Sow. Okay, hold on. Do I see this right now? Let's see if I see it. C. Come with me. I see like Sea of Love. Okay, yes. Maybe some of you are just discovering some things about you, some of you embracing some things about you. Maybe some of your guys' energy is, you know, finding the relationship that matches you. I feel like this person is like checking somebody out on social media, I'm not gonna lie. Do I see this too? I mean, I just see this person being very open as well. We don't have a R? Well, okay. Wait. Okay, here's what I saw too. I saw like for somebody's been waiting. Maybe for somebody's been really patient and waiting for you to be able to feel secure enough to like want to be in a relationship with somebody. I definitely see waiting here, and I see bum here, and there's like this like holding back kind of energy. So I definitely see that. And then we have this past-based energy. Some of you may be quite reflective and just hanging back and and just kind of in your memories and thinking about somebody in particular. Somebody you met at the beach, something about the beach, something about being by the water. Oh, I hear like you're just saying like, just wait, please wait. I'm seeing somebody in like a relationship, like a heterosexual relationship, but they're just like figuring out that that's not where they want their future to go. And so I think they're just asking somebody to wait while they figure out how they're gonna make their moves forward. That's interesting. But I also see just waiting. I see also with this King of Pentacles here that somebody is just like kind of lounging and hanging back and taking in the sights and just looking for a divine way forward. And somebody who's just very calm. And so like they like to go to the water a lot and just wait to see what happens. I feel like some of you are like, I want to wait and see. I want to wait and see what happens right now. Because see, we have this right here. I want to wait and see what happens. See right here. Can you even see these? Okay, good. You want to wait and see what's going on. Very cool energy. If there's not anything else, is there anything else you guys want to say? Just wait and see. I have very much this mindset of like, let's just wait and see what happens. You know, I'm not going to impose any of my views right now on the way that the future is going to go, because I know we're in a Mercury and Aquarius. We don't know. Like there's no way for you to predict where this is going, because we have a Mercury and an Aquarius in a retrograde, and we have all this energy in Aquarius in a square right now. All this energy is doing is stirring up a bunch of chaos and everything, and it's leveling everything so that we
have to rebuild in a completely different way. And there's absolutely no way to predict that. It's Aquarian energy. It's just different from anything we've ever anticipated. So there's no way to predict that energy. That's all I see, guys. If I see something else, I'll let you know. But let's go ahead and look at your numbers really quick because we are almost done. I'm going a little longer. Sorry about that. Always do with pile number. See, I see hat. Something about the summer, you guys. I see you by the sea, a hat, and you're just enjoying the, like, being by the sea. You know what I mean? Like a trip maybe to the ocean. Something about a trip to the ocean. A trip to the ocean may change things. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, we have 27, we have 80, we have 2, we have 37, and we have 76 here, guys. Okay. So, of course, I'm seeing 7s and 2s big time here. But we do have 8 showing up again, and we do have 8 and 7. So again, we're talking about ways that we can be more successful, that we can feel more successful, that we can feel abundant. We had the bunny here. There's some fertility here I see. But it's also that diving deeper. We had the 8 here. We had the 8 and the 0 here. So we have this 8. So it's being strong, overcoming something in your life. I feel like I deeply feel like some of you have to be really, really tough right now when it's really hard for you to do so. Well, that's all I got, guys. I feel very deeply. I mean, I do see the 2 here. We are talking about, I do see 2 ways this can go. We can either go to the dark or the light. We have these 2 energies here. Just be very mindful of what you're looking at this week. I see some of you going down a rabbit hole of negativity if you get caught up in the social media drama here that I see right here in the stars energy. Or do you want to look at the light and see nothing but angels and divine intervention, and you know, you're looking to go into the unknown. You're really open to progressive energy. I know that we're dealing deeply with something in our past right now that is just on an internal level, but that is on an external level. We're tying up something right now that we need to fix. We need to abolish it. We need to destroy it. We need to get it out of our lives. We need to overcome it so that we can move forward with positive energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the powerful and wonderful change you guys want to see in the